Okay, welcome everyone to today's press conference. We have three presenters today. Andy Howell, CEO of KBC Advanced Technologies, will talk about the KBC organization and a very exciting new solution offering. Then we'll have a presentation by Kobayashi-san. He will give a short presentation on that new exciting solution offering. And then we'll have Kara-san talk about our strategic direction as well as value proposition. So with that, I'd like to invite Kara-san up to the podium.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for kindly attending our press conference today. My name is Satoru Kroos, board member and Executive Vice President of Yokogawa Global Headquarters, and I'm head of the Solution Service business. Today, I would like to introduce Yokogawa's new value proposition and business direction after the recent acquisitions, followed by Mr. Andy Howell, CEO of KBC Advanced Technologies, whom Yokogawa acquired last year. Andy will introduce KBC and a new solution which we released here in Orlando, first time in the world. For the attendees who are not familiar with Yokogawa, let me briefly introduce us. Yokogawa is the #1 independent automation company for energy and chemical industries worldwide. Over the last 100 years, Yokogawa has grown into a global company with nearly 20,000 employees and 114 group companies in 59 countries, and its sales are about $3.5 billion. We have over 4,000 project engineers, 2,000 service professionals, and 1,200 solution consultants and software engineers worldwide, with over 44,000 track records of the project, including KBC. In addition to our own R&D for process automation, we have been expanding our solutions to enhance our value for our customers by acquisitions. Last year, we acquired these three companies. In April, we acquired KBC Advanced Technologies, which was founded in 1979 as an oil and gas consulting and technology company. The acquisition of KBC also brought not only strategic consulting, but also a leading process simulation technology to Yokogawa Group. In October, we completed the acquisition of Soteika Visual Mesa, which was founded in 1981 and has a unique utility energy management solution. And as introduced at the last ARC forum, Industry Knowledge, a pioneer of cloud-based data sharing as a service in energy and chemical industries, joined the Yokogawa Group. The latter two companies are integrated to KBC to strengthen the energy management consulting and to help optimize production processes in a plant, but also contribute to the integration, collaboration, and optimization of the entire value chain for our customers. This strategic integration between KBC, Industry Knowledge, and Soteika Visual Mesa will enhance Yokogawa Group's value for customers. After the acquisitions, Yokogawa became the unique company who can provide the customer the comprehensive 360 degrees solutions comprised of OT, or operation technology, IT, information technology, and business strategy and operation management consulting. OT, which Yokogawa is traditionally strong, builds a basis for mission-critical automation system and safe operations. IT provides a platform for collaboration and production organization by connecting various types of systems and digital plant data. We know that OT and IT are going through a convergence to create further value for our customers. And we are going to beyond that others are doing by adding the market-leading consulting company enabled by the KBC acquisition, With KBC, Yokogawa is able to go further by converging business and physical processes and to offer holistic, comprehensive solutions from business to operation. This will ensure maximum sustainable value for our customers. We can provide integrated, worry-free solutions on complex automation and information systems with proven, trusted technology, process knowledge, and products and services. The combination of KBC's operational knowledge and Yokogawa's automation solutions will bring rapid implementation and sustained benefits. By combining all the pieces, Yokogawa has been able to enhance our value proposition and become a trusted partner by fulfilling the role of sustaining our customer technology investments and providing expert advisory services. It starts by identifying improvement opportunities, typically using a profit improvement program or PIP methodology. Then, we create value for our customers to implement solutions by introducing needed enabling technologies, a personal know-how in place that automate the capture value and deploy best practices throughout the organization. Then, using our cloud-based capabilities, we can sustain the implemented technology so that they are always ready for use. We can also remotely deploy our expert consultant to review plant operations and advise on how to improve operations. The typical return on a profit improvement program identified from $10 to $100 million in opportunities. The services to create value are underpinned by the unique technologies such as the best-in-class simulator and automation solutions. The combination of consulting services and automation services enables the rapid implementation of the consulting result to plant operation by automation and sustained performance improvement. As you can see from this slide, we plan to keep enhancing our solutions based on the solution roadmap for the next few years. We provide a highly efficient operation platform and several solutions regarding OT-IT integration and beyond. At last, we aim to grow from a traditional process automation supplier to a process partner to contribute to automate our customers' business processes in the future. Today, I pick up the two topics, IIoT update and cloud-based real-time performance improvement, which is the main topic today. With regard to OT-IT convergence, we generate further value for customers as shown here, which is based on an enterprise automation architecture announced in 2015. As for the operation technology part, Yokogawa is known for mission-critical system, highly available operation, and long-term performance sustainability. And the industrial IoT or IIoT part, Yokogawa also provides advanced value for operations management, such as optimized production and predictive analytics. Last year, we announced our new process data analytics solution that can detect a decline in quality or productivity at an early stage of manufacturing process by analyzing process data, facility status information, operational history, and other data. And beyond the plant, we provide remote services and collaborative cloud-based solutions which are acquired from industrial knowledge. We are ready to provide purpose-designed IoT solutions to mission-critical industries by focusing on cybersecurity for OT-IT integration. In addition to what I introduced, we continue research and development, including partnering with IT companies. Last week, we announced a news release for developing industrial IoT architecture with strong partnerships that will work with Microsoft, Qualcomm Systems, Spatial Networks, and Telit IoT platforms to integrate the technology into an IIoT architecture for delivery of new services. This undertaking will be led by the Architecture Development Division in California, which was set up in November 2016. Today, we'd like to announce our new cloud-based solutions for real-time performance improvement, which is the first in the market. Now, let me introduce Mr. Andy Howell, CEO of KBC Advanced Technologies. He will briefly introduce KBC and our new solution. Andy, please.
Okay, thank you, Cross. And thanks to everyone for attending, and thanks to ARC. This is KBC's first ARC, so we're excited to be here. For 37 years, as Cross said, KBC has been in business. For those 37 years, we started and still are content providers. We're chemical engineers, process engineers, production engineers. We supply the reason to do a lot of this infrastructure and automation. Founded in 1979 in the UK as a refining technical consultancy, we developed a methodology called PIP, Profit Improvement Programs, a standard way to look at a refinery and how to improve its production, its utility performance, drive production up, costs down, reliability up. In doing that, we developed some advanced first principle simulation, things like reactor technology, distillation technology, and that now forms the basis of our process simulator, which you'll find is inside the new solution we're announcing today. We then moved into upstream, developed and acquired PVT technology, so chemistry of reservoirs and flow lines, and then flow assurance, how to predict the throughput and optimize the throughput through pipelines. So from a technical consultant and a simulation perspective, we go from the completion through wellhead, through the refinery, all the way. Recently, we added operational excellence. So over the last 10 years, we've developed the people side. So if we know how to optimize the steel, how do we get the people to optimize running that steel? The key thing about the acquisition of by Yokogawa of KBC is now we can sustain those answers. So we can bring that optimization of steel and people and sustain it with automation technology. And that's the announcement coming up in a few moments. From a KBC perspective, just to recap, leading technology-based consultancy. We take our process simulation technology, which has been changing over the years, becoming less first principles and more mixed with data, using workflow engines and databases, and we're now able to connect it to the cloud using data as a service technology, which has been in place and secure and trusted for over 15 years. That was the Industrial Knowledge acquisition. It's now part of KBC. We had our domain analytics, our IP, KPI generation that we do. We know how refineries and upstream FPSOs and platforms are supposed to work. We can code them into the technology so we can run them on a 24/7 basis. That combination of the content from KBC and this automation and sustainment from Yokogawa is what we think is an exciting proposition for the industry, and we're going to announce today. What KBC's been doing for many, many years is taking our operators from the red or the orange up into the yellow. And it's that combination with the Yokogawa that now allows us to take it to the green. Red is unpredictable operations. They're vulnerable to safety and hardly ever on plan. And I'm sure everyone in the room has come across some of those operations in our industry. Stable operations, they're safe, but they're not reliable. They're usually underperforming, not meeting plan, not meeting target. Structured organization in yellow is really where we attempt to get people through processes and best practices, which is structured organization, predictable performance, usually on plan, but never exceeding plan. The point of exceeding plan is we can respond to the market. And in the dynamic markets we find ourselves in 2017, with the lack of resources, the retirements we've seen in the industry, to get into the green and be a top-tier operator is going to make all the difference going forward. And we believe that is the automation of a lot of the traditional practices that we've put into place over the years. What we have seen, and what this conference this time is based upon, is traditional layered architectures, traditional problems of measurement through to optimization, are now able to be solved with different types of technology, and technology that's rapidly developing and disrupting the IT industry in particular. But it has to have a reason, and a reason to be in play. The industry, or our industry in hydrocarbons, slowly recovering from a recession, still doesn't have a lot of capital to invest, and it needs a reason to invest in optimization, a reason to invest in sustainment, and that's what we intend to do, is match content to automation. So today, we're announcing a new program called the KBC CoPilot Program. Should be obvious from the name, the CoPilot. KBC will sit alongside the operations, either physically or virtually, and we will advise the captain, the operators of the plant, the engineers of the plant, on how to operate it better and get into the green, or certainly remain in the yellow, for as long as they possibly can. KBC's simulation technology, our knowledge, our ability to generate KPIs, put into an automation world and sat next to the pilots of that plant. Press release in a press kit available today in the room and now released on the wire, and about to demo it with Kobayashi-san in a few moments. We'll show you exactly what this simulation, automated simulation system is built of. But essentially, it's a cloud-based system. We use our data as a service technology to gather the data, to mirror the historians. We then put it into a process simulation, which you'll see in a few moments, and then we move on into analytics and forecast and generate alarms and advice for the operators. This is available in the plant, in the head engineering office, and at KBC Yokogawa offices. So we can use our SMEs, our experienced refinery, reactor engineers, sitting in Houston, London, or Singapore to help advise a plant that's in the middle of Ecuador or in the middle of Peru. Okay? It's all built around KBC's process simulation technology. It's been around for over 30 years. That's a current incarnation of it. That's an FCC unit, a refinery fluid catalytic cracking unit, built totally in the simulation, history matched against plant data, and ready, typically for an engineering design simulation. But this is the first time that these simulations have really been taken into the automated world and enabled on the cloud, running either in our office or a local cloud in the operator. That's enabled by database type, or database in the simulation. It's enabled by workflow engines that are built into the simulation technology, which ultimately takes the design simulators, they were all built for a design world 30 years ago, into an operating world and allow us to sustain it through Yokogawa. Now, Cross-san talked about Yokogawa's enterprise automation architecture. Ours is a plug. We plug into it, and that provides data to us. The more data we can get through these IoT systems, the more we can become like the medical industry and predict history and forecast the future. That goes into our simulation technology, wherever that's hosted, and serves it back up to the plant, either in forecasted numbers or even data and set points for the APC if necessary. Now, this convergence that's happening in the industry of mission-critical solutions or operational systems, OT, operations technology, with IT systems or IIoT, that doesn't happen without some kind of intelligence in between the two, without some kind of brain. And in fact, we won't do it unless we have that kind of intelligence between the two. And the way to think about KBC and the acquisition of KBC by Yokogawa is with that intelligence, that content, that context, sitting in between the IIoT systems and the OT systems, or more traditional OT systems. Now, KBC has a vision, we call it the production core, which is a fully automated engineering system to predict the optimization of a plant, using MES technology, simulation technology, and APC. Now, that is a long way out into the future. We have to kind of deliver that in stages. Stage number one is what we call the CoPilot Program, which is a remote monitoring, remote surveillance system that uses an operator's engineering models coupled into their IT systems and their data systems and data reconciliation technology. It's a program because every deployment of it's going to be different. Every plant has a different set of KPIs, has a different set of knowledge that needs to be captured in the system. What we want to do is move everyone up into the green and measure the green. And part one is to know what green is in a plant. And that's where consulting and strategic consulting like ours is important, to look at a plant, look at its performance, benchmark it, generate the KPIs, and then program those KPIs into the CoPilot system. Think programming the coordinates into a navigation system in an aeroplane. Where is it we want to go, and how do we make sure we get there? Just repeating Cross-san's presentation from earlier, we have the same project process that Yokogawa uses in delivering automation contracts. First and foremost, we need to identify what those coordinates are for the CoPilot system, create them into an analytics system, and then build them into the simulator and sustain it, and then go through that improved process, training people. It's a combination of people and technology and process, and that's what KBC is able to bring to Yokogawa. Now, I'm going to ask Kobayashi-san just to give you a quick demonstration of how it works, and then we're available afterwards or within the reception area tonight and tomorrow to demonstrate it in more detail. Kobayashi-san.
Thank you. My name is Yasunori Kobayashi, the product manager of KBC's new CoPilot program. Today, I'd like to show you a short demonstration of this new KBC CoPilot program using an example based around an FCC unit. This system configuration consists of KBC's process simulator PetroSim, an Excel-based linear program submodel, and a data historian connected to the client's data historian. Each of these is physically located in the cloud at the KBC Cloud Data Center in Edmonton, Canada. The system that I'll demonstrate today is running live and in real time with daily automatic simulation runs. In this demo, I will be playing the role of the KBC consultant based here in Orlando, Florida. I will be connected to the performance dashboard system using web browser. This is a live demo of the CoPilot program. I'll now log into this system through the internet. Once the home window has loaded, we can see the layered menu of the performance dashboard on the left-hand side. To start, I'll select the FCC Economic Performance Dashboard. The current operating mode is to produce the maximum octane barrels. This window displays 3 different types of gross unit revenue, showing the actual measured value, the potential value simulated by the process simulator, and the planned value as calculated by the LP. We will now move to an overview of the FCC. We can see the alarm indicator on the gasoline flow of the main fractionator. In response to this alarm indicator, as the KBC consultant, I'll open the alarm summary window to get more information. The alarm message, gasoline yield deviation, actual versus LP, is now displayed. To investigate what are possible causes, I'll open the FCC liquid product yield window. On this window, we can see that the predicted volume percent gasoline yield from both the process simulator and the LP model deviate from actual plant data beginning around the middle of December 2016. In a similar way, we also find the volume yields predicted by the simulator and the LP deviate from the actual measured value. There are several possibilities we can explore to understand the cause for this deviation. The first cause we could explore would be to check the feed rate warning message. From that message, we might conclude that the accuracy of the flow meter of either the feed line or the gasoline line has drifted. In order to validate this as the cause, we would need the operation staff to check and recalibrate both. Secondly, we have an error message related to the gasoline draw from the main fractionator. We could have a problem with the draw specification or temperature for the gasoline product, leading to the different results. In order to validate this as the cause, we could need to contact the unit engineer to investigate the gasoline draw from the main column. Now we can send out the corrective actions with the justification to the site operator through this system. The recommended corrective actions would be to have the operations staff recalibrate both feed and gasoline meter. Number 2, have the unit engineer investigate the issues with the gasoline draw from the main column. This is the end of my demo. Today, we have demonstrated the live KBC CoPilot program. This innovative system brings together 3 proven capabilities in a very unique combination. Number 1, proven cloud-based architecture. Number 2, industry-leading real-time process simulation. And number 3, online accessible experienced consultants and specialists supporting the client's team from the KBC CoPilot Control Center. Thank you for your attention.
Kobayashi-san, thank you. Well, I hope you're all excited as I am. For 30 years, I've been in the industry, waiting to see the condensation and process simulation, first principle models with data and knowledge into one system. And there it is, from Yokogawa and KBC. Especially important in this industry, as we recover and we ask more juniors to do more in the industry, they need a co-pilot sat next to them, a co-pilot that can give them trusted advice in as near real time as we can get it. And that's the goal of what you've seen today with KBC. Now, in 2017, we've announced today the remote unit performance monitoring. That's really what KBC's been doing for many, many years with its reactor technology, coupled with the industrial knowledge automation and Yokogawa IoT. What you'll see from us now is accelerate the deployment and delivery of that, adding a number of other solutions. So first of all, we'll go from monitoring into optimization. We'll use the same process simulation models to predict the set points for the refinery-wide simulation. KBC has a history and a proven track record of refinery-wide optimization. We will now automate that inside this CoPilot system. Beyond that, the acquisition of Sateka Visual Mesa brings KBC a real-time energy and utilities balance technology that's used on sites today in real time. We can bring that into the CoPilot system, so now we will optimize and manage production and utilities. KBC, along with Yokogawa, both have a history of operator training, operator effectiveness, and operational excellence, and we'll combine those programs into the next generation of operator effectiveness in the CoPilot technology going forward, especially important, as we said, with more juniors in the industry going forward. And finally, Yokogawa has a rich history in upstream, much more than KBC's, and we'll take a number of the Yokogawa technologies, build them in to approach or attack the digital oil field in the lovely discrete world of wells and reservoir simulation going forward. So just remains for me to hand it back to Cross-San just to finish up, but to say thank you for listening to us, and it's a pleasure to be part of a great company at Yokogawa. Cross.
Oh, thank you, Andy. Today, we presented a new value proposition of the comprehensive 360-degree solutions and KBC, the new Yokogawa Group company, with a new solution, KBC CoPilot Program, which will provide sustainable value to our customers. With all the comprehensive solutions provided by the new Yokogawa Group, our vision is to be the #1 trusted partner pursuing best-in-class operating performance for customers in the energy and chemical industries. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Okay, we have a few minutes for questions, so I'd like to open it up. Any questions? Valentin?
So I'm just going to repeat the question for the video. The question was, if I can summarize, is we're getting close to real online optimization. I think will always be close to real-time online optimization, to be honest. And one of the question was, what do you do about the adapting conditions on the plant? And we don't have a great suggestion to that today. We're still working on that. That's going to be a combination of lots of different types of technologies going forward. And the exciting thing about IIoT is that it brings an immense amount of data very quickly. It allows us to, I always look at the medical industry. If you're sick and you go to the medical industry, they never tell you you're going to be cured. They'll tell you your chance of surviving this is increasingly reduced or increased if you do this. And it's all advisory, and it's built on millions and millions of data points and so on and so forth. In our industry's been built on first principle simulation to 5 decimal places. And we've culturally got to change that. You can't change that without access to the data. That's what the GP is doing in the doctor's office, typing that in a database behind the scenes is coming up with that knowledge. One of the things we've done in KBC over the last 30 years is captured a lot of our knowledge into knowledge management systems. Those knowledge management systems now are electronic and are able to be accessed from the simulator, from the CoPilot program. So a simulator cannot predict everything and doesn't understand everything. And so we're able to then refer to a knowledge base to pull some of that in. And through these IIoT projects, we've now facing the obviously reality that artificial intelligence and cognitive learning systems and things like that will start to become available to the simulation systems going forward. So the answer is no, but the opportunities are opening up. The first thing we need to do was automate our own technology, which is what we're in the process of doing. But great question.
Okay, well, thank you everyone for coming. There is a press kit available for you, which has a copy of the slides as well as the press release. And Andy and Krasan and Kobayashi-san will be here the remaining of the forum. So please, if you have any more questions, just ask them. And Kobayashi-san will be available to give more in-depth presentation.